Hello, this is the week number 5 of the year 2023 cybersecurity news and data leaks, data breaches, and cyber crimes. So, the first piece of article comes from radware.com. Actually, this is a blog from radware.com. So, based on this piece of news, the Killnet group, that is a pro-Russian hacking group, decided to explore the Killnet social circles. It has been published on 27th of the year 2023. The other piece of news comes from bmc.com, and it's again a blog. So the title says that new Australia data breach rules raise the stake for maintenance security. It has been published on 2nd of February 2023. The third piece of news comes from cybernews.com. Probably you have heard about this site. If you are into checking the cybersecurity news about data breaches, data leaks, and cyber crimes, this is kind of common and famous source for checking. So it has been published on 2nd of February, and based on that, Lockbit ransomware, which is one of the nefarious ransomware leak sites, there are estimations that this is, again is a pro-Russian ransomware site. So Lockbit ransomware gang releases Lockbit Green version. It has been published on 2nd of February 2023. The other piece of news comes from securityweek.com. For the ones that following my channel, you probably before having heard about this securityweek.com couple of times. So basically, I can consider it as one of the resources for checking the cybersecurity news. Dutch European hospital hit by pro-Russian hackers. It's about this pro-Kremlin hacking group that is named Killnet. So it has been published on February 1st, 2023. We have this piece of news from the record.media. So based on that, the global markets impacted by ransomware attack on financial software company. It has been published on 1st of February 2023. The other piece of news comes from infosecurity-magazine.com. So based on that, Arnold Clark confirms customer data compromised in breach. It has been published on 2nd of February 2023. From justice.gov, that is the official website of the United States Department of Justice, there is this piece of news that has been published on Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, that the man sentenced to 10 years in prison for attempting to travel overseas to join ISIS-K. The last piece of news comes from this globalnews.ca. So it has been published on February 1st, 2023, and based on that, Okanagan, if I pronounce the name correctly, Okanagan College students worried that the data leaked online following cyber attacks. The next piece of news comes from radioink.com. So it has been published on 1st of February 2023 and based on the Skyview network software security incident. Finextra.com is the next resource for checking the cybersecurity news of this week, and based on that, there has been published an article on 1st of February 2023 that ION servers knocked out in ransomware attack. From Cyware.com, we have this piece of news that the Black Cat ransomware, which is an infamous ransomware leak site, hits defense contractors steals weapon data. It has been published on 1st of February 2023. The next piece of news comes from bitdefender.com. It has been published on 31st of January 2023. So based on that, Planet Ice hacked 240,000 skating fans details stolen. Next comes this piece of news from edition.cnn.com. So it has been published on 31st of January 2023, and based on that, ransomware attack closes schools in Nantucket, if I pronounce the name correctly. The next piece of news comes from androidpolice.com, and it has been published, well, on 31st of January. So based on that, T-Mobile's data breach also hit Google FI customers. Again, from justice.gov, that is a governmental and official website of the United States government, well, the Department of Justice. There is this piece of news that has been published on 31st of January. The man pleads guilty to coercing and threatening children into producing images of child abuse. Then there is this piece of news from the record.media. Well, if I'm not mistaken, this is the second piece of news coming from the same source, the record.media. So based on that, Latvia confirms a phishing attack on Ministry of Defense linking to Russian hacking group. So basically, this is the third piece of news for this week that comes from the Russian hacker site. Hacker site. So it has been published on 28th of the January 2023. The next piece of news comes from securityaffairs.com. It has been published on 31st of January 2023, and based on that, IT Army of Ukraine gained access to 1.5 gigabytes archive from Gazprom. IT Army of Ukraine is a pro-Ukraine hacking group. They basically have a Telegram channel, so announce what is happened and what is going to happen from time to time in their Telegram channel. The next piece of news comes from bleepingcomputer.com. For those of you who are following me on my channel from time to time, probably you are aware that this Bleeping Computer is a reliable resource for gaining access to cybersecurity news in terms of data breaches and data leaks, as well as the cybercrime. So cybercrime job ads on the dark web pay up to 20K per month. It has been published on January 30th, 2023. So for those of you who have skills of IT, cybersecurity, this could be somehow interesting. Actually, there's this chart that shows that the majority of the, well, roles described in darknet job ads has been provided by Kaspersky, so 61% of the jobs offered in dark web are for the developers. JDSupra.com is the next source that we are talking about the news that has been published over there. So Stratford University reports data breach affecting the over 78K student and employee SSNs. It has been published on 27th of January 2023. Again from securityaffairs.com, there's this piece of news that copycat criminals mimicking Lockbit gang in Northern Europe. So recent reports of Lockbit Locker-based attacks against North European SMBs indicate that local crooks started using Lockbit Locker variant. It has been published on 28th of January 2023. And last but not the least piece of news comes from this source that, well, need to check how can I get rid of this. Um, well, I think we can skip this one. So this is the whole news of this week. Uh, when it comes to the cybersecurity news of data breaches, data leaks, and cybercrime. See you next week.